And thank you very much for giving us a couple of minutes. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, we're trying to get people to tell us what they thought's been most interesting about the conference so far. What particular themes or ideas have come up that really made you think?
Okay. I think in relation to creating a more secure internet, cybersecurity, which has been one of the major themes of the conference, I think what's really come over to me is this need for a holistic approach to security, that it's not the responsibility of any one person, it's not the responsibility of just the ISPs or just Microsoft or just the police, in fact, or the law enforcement authorities. In the end, it has to be the responsibility of everybody, and that's the idea I've been conceiving as a security commons.
I'm glad you picked up on the security commons, because I also wanted to pick up on some of the ideas you developed in that last session, which I thought were very fascinating. In particular, you referred to the EU Internet Safety Action Plan. I'm sort of suggesting that we might have the same actually on the security side. Could you say a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, I mean, the EU has been putting lots of money for years into a concerted action plan that involves law, policy and self-regulation to try to curb the vice of pornography, spam and hate speech. But it seems to me that these problems are now actually being dwarfed by the possible consequences of cyber insecurity. So yeah, one of the things I've been thinking about is that we do need a concerted action plan, which might involve some kind of security equivalent of the Data Protection Directive, but might also involve a policy of public education and the involvement again of ISPs and software writers. You can take the analogy of cars. In our society, most people have cars. Cars are very dangerous objects in the wild. But we curb this vice. Most people don't know if their car is safe. They're not mechanics, they're not garage experts. But we require them to drive safe cars in the sense that we have checks on the safety of cars. We require them to be educated about how to drive a car safely, in that we have driving lessons and driving tests. And most importantly, perhaps, we require them to be insured so that if their dangerous driving does lead to damage to property or person, to other people, they get paid back, they get compensation. We have none of these in place for computers, and yet computers are very much the equivalent. They're a black box that everyone wants to own, but generally knows very little about. So I'd like to see us moving towards some idea of public education, perhaps of accreditation of computers as safe, and perhaps of compulsory insurance for computer insecurity.
I think that's definitely something for us to think of about after this conference. Okay, Lilian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.